Hello, welcome to Today in History. My name is Sotonye Afiasimama. Let's get cracking. Let's roll back the blind to the year 1191. On this day, a man called Saladin was engaged in battle with King Richard I, also called the Lionheart. This was the Battle of Arsūf. Arsūf is spelled A-R-S-U-F. And Richard successfully counterattacked in the evening. So 1191, Richard the Lionheart, Richard I, King Richard I, was engaged in battle with Saladin, pictured here on the left of your screen. So Saladin is on the left, Richard I is to your right. It happened in 1191. History reporter Richard was the victor in this battle. He successfully counterattacked in the evening. Okay, next, on this day, Elizabeth I was born. The year was 1533. Elizabeth I was Queen of England. She died at the age of 69 on the 24th of March, 1603 in Richmond, England. So that's Elizabeth I, pictured here, who was born on this day in 1533. Let's move on to the year 1822. Pedro I, or Dom Pedro. So, who is this guy called Dom Pedro? He declared the independence of Brazil. He was nicknamed the Liberator. He was the founder and first ruler of the Empire of Brazil. So Dom Pedro I, first as his title. He was also known as King Dom Pedro IV. He reigned briefly over Portugal. Okay, so King Dom Pedro IV of Portugal, where he also became known as the Liberator, as well as the Soldier King. So that's Dom Pedro for you, who declared Brazil independent of Portugal on this day in 1822. 1860, Grandma Moses, famous Grandma Moses, pictured here. Amazing story about this woman. She was born in 1860, and she's an American folk painter who was internationally popular for her naive documentation of rural life in the United States. Full name, Anna Mary Robertson Moses, born September 7, 1860, died December 13, 1961. She was known by her nickname, Grandma Moses. She began painting in earnest at the age of 78 and is often cited as an example of an individual who successfully began a career in the arts at an advanced age. It reminds me of called Colonel Sanders, the KFC guy. Her works have been shown and sold in the United States and abroad and have been marketed on greeting cards and other merchandise. Moses' paintings are displayed in the collections of many museums around the world today. So that's Grandma Moses, pictured here with one of her paintings in her studio. And I'll show you some of her so-called naive paintings. Yeah, it's childlike, but I think they're very beautiful and colorful as well. Sort of thing that children would love. Really nice paintings. Very greeting cards like as well, Anyway, so that's Grandma Moses, who was born on this day in 1860. 1921 on this day, what happened? Atlantic City, New Jersey, the first Miss America Pageant, then known as the Intercity Beauty Contest, began. 16-year-old Margaret Gorman was crowned the winner the following day. So that's Margaret Gorman, Miss America Pageant winner on this day in 1921. Let's move on to the year 1936. We encounter Buddy Holly, handsome dude, American musician, full name Charles Harding Holly. Born on this day, 1936, died February 3rd, 1959. Died really young, didn't he? Known professional as Buddy Holly, he was an American musician and singer-songwriter who was a central and pioneering figure of the mid-1950s rock and roll. So Buddy Holly, born on this day, 1936. 1954 on this day, integration began in Washington, D.C. and Baltimore, Maryland public schools. So you can see the children here, smiling faces of children in 1954, black and white, running out into the playground to play, of course, for their break. That was a good move, which took place on this day to encourage racial desegregation, discourage racial segregation and encourage desegregation. So that happened on this day in 1954. Integration began in public schools in Washington, D.C. and Baltimore, Maryland. 1966 on this day, sadly, Tupac Shakur, American rapper and actor, one of the leading names in 1990s gangster rap, was shot by an unknown assailant and died 6 days later. So that's Tupac Shakur, who was assassinated or shot on this day in 1996. So on that note, we end Today in History for the 7th of September. My name, once more, is Sotonye Afiesimama. Thanks for watching this. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up so that I can make more videos like this. Don't forget to subscribe as well. You can do that by clicking the notification bell so that you receive updates of my video uploads. Thanks again, stay safe, and I shall see you tomorrow for another interesting edition, hopefully, of Today in History. Stay safe. Bye-bye.